Boom, what up YouTube fam? Today I wanted to show you guys how to have fun with ring shots, in particular when it comes to pianos. I know a lot of the wedding venues that we shoot at, a lot of these mansions and historic plantations and all these different places and whatnot, a lot of time you'll find some pianos, grand pianos and things like that all throughout the venue. I just wanted to show you some shots that I've taken of rings on pianos, but also how you can use some flashes and some MAGMOD modifiers, easy for me to say, and some MAGMOD modifiers to take your ring shots to the next level. So hang out with me. Now here's just a few examples up front, just some natty light stuff where you can play with what's in focus, what's not in focus, especially with piano keys, having a nice shallow depth of field, or you could frame it, show off the diamond, show off the piano and who made it, like I'm doing here, and then you can also play with your black and white, and then you can start adding in flash and having some fun. That's a shot I just took at the Victorian in Youngsville, North Carolina. Now here I'm rolling into shooting with some speed lights. Please ignore the mess. We clean this playroom every day and the kids destroy it. So instead of cleaning this before I filmed this footage, I was just like, screw it, we're just going to roll with it. Before, you'll notice I have two flashes. One has a MAGMOD sphere with a magenta gel in it, and the other one has a mag snoot on it. The mag snoot is aimed strictly at the diamond ring. This beams a super narrow beam of light down onto the ring to illuminate it. And then I'm using the gel and the sphere in the background to light up the keys. Now you'll see I just adjusted that sphere to be angled a little higher. I'm essentially feathering the light here. I just want a tiny bit of that light hitting the keys. I don't want to just splash that color all over the entire keyboard the entire time. I just want a tiny bit that's going to graze on top of the black keys. So I keep going back and adjusting. Now here you'll notice that, and I'll show a photo here, that the ring wasn't in kind of the sweet spot of where I have that colored flash kind of hugging the keys, if you will. So I backed it up a little bit more and get another shot there and see if I can get it kind of more in that sweet spot. I want to say that start to finish, from screwing around and moving and adjusting stuff, this took me 7.5 minutes. I went to the very first picture I shot, looked at the time, to the very last one I shot, and it was 7.5 minutes. So and this is me screwing around, just trying to perfect it, because I hadn't shot a shot like this maybe in a hot minute. If you know what you're doing and you roll in there, you can get this shot in 5 minutes or less. So if somebody is out there saying, it's wedding days are hectic, that's too long to get a shot, 5 minutes or less and you can get this. It's not too much, and it adds a bit of flair, a bit of pizzazz to what you're delivering to the couple. So I think it's worth it. Again, I am shooting here with the Nikon Z6 and the Tamron 35 1.4 lens. That's my baby there. And the flashes being used here are the Godox 8200s, one at each end. And of course I'm using the MAGMOD modifiers here with the mag snoot and the sphere and a color gel from MAGMOD as well on the back. Now I'm going to show you some pictures right now of what it looked like when I first started doing this on this day here, when I didn't have the mag snoot on. This is what it looked like when I only had the mag grid on, and I realized immediately that that's too much light. I need to narrow that down even more. So that's when I pop those off. And the grids are great for narrow and light, especially for shots where I just want to light just the couple in a scene. I use grids all the time. But for something this narrow, the snoot was the way to go. And I've noticed that I don't think many people, or not enough people, use the snoot enough for shots like this. God bless. Look at the mess in that room. I mean, that really is pretty criminal. So, mad apologies for that. Now these images here, these were the two I liked the best. So I'm going to pop those up. I liked this one because it showed off a little bit more of the keyboard. Now, this is just me screwing around, right? So that is a janky, super janky keyboard. Everybody knows that. Now, you just have to imagine that you're at a venue that has some of those nicer pianos like I showed you up front. And all of them seem to, especially down here in the South, it's rare that I go to a venue for some reason that doesn't have a piano. When you're shooting in those the mansions and plantations and all these houses around here, they always seem to have an older historical piano, which is really cool. Now this other shot here, because the keyboard is a bit janky, this is me kind of narrowing in just on the ring and taking out some of the jankiness in the plastic and only focusing on the ring and the keys. You almost don't even realize that it's on a piano or a shitty keyboard. In fact, if I was doing this at a venue, I would have probably rolled with the first shot and maybe let in a little bit more ambient just so you could see some of the piano, because I'm sure it's got a nice little piece of history all over it. So guys, that's it. You'll see this was pretty easy. It took little to no time. So if you're ever in a venue and you see a piano, don't be scared to get the two lights out and have some fun with it, especially with MAGMOD. When you have all these modifiers, it's really easy to create. So I hope you enjoyed this. Leave me some questions and comments down there. Like and subscribe, and see you next time. Thank you.